Here's an interesting, kind of an interesting one. I found that interesting.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It's kind of an interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting.
It's a documentary about a director. It's very interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting, guys. Sort of interesting about. Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting. It's pretty interesting. It's an interesting doc about. This is interesting. I think this is interesting. It's so interesting, and I find it interesting. Or interesting fake news. Really interesting, or then interesting. Or interesting. That's an interesting. But there's also an interesting. There's an interesting twist